Hey gamers, have you ever played a board game but with an expansion? You must have the expansion. You will not play it unless it has the expansion. Well, I have 5 games here in my top 100 that I will never play without certain expansions. And I'm here to tell you that now. My first one that I have here, these are all in my, I believe these are all my top 50 too, for my ranking list of last year. But the first one is Celestia, A Little Help. I think you must have this. It's so hard to get to the top. I believe, I know for a fact we've gotten to the top of the cards once when you're traveling up these little lands here. We've only made it up there once, maybe twice, but I can't remember. But it was with a little help. A little help gives you cards you can play on other captains' turns to help them out. You know, you got tricked. Now the ship's going down. You're like, whoa, what'd you need? What did you need? Okay, I got you. Let's go. You know, because you give it because you just want to keep going because you didn't want to bomb out there. And I love it. I will. The other expansion, take or leave, I don't care about it. Even the promos are nice, but you don't need them. A little help, though, I will not play base Celestia because I know there's little or no chance to go all the way. But with a little help, there's a chance. You're not guaranteed, but there's a chance. My next one is a new game I got my last year, but Istanbul. I played the base game once, and then I played with all the expansions. I will never go back. The expansions don't add too much to it. Doesn't make it meticulous, doesn't bog it down, doesn't make it clunky, but gives you way more options. Because we were playing it. We were having the best time playing it when I played all the expansions. Like, wow, someone was the only person getting coffee and using coffee to buy crystals. And he was also using trade. Another guy, he just focused on letters and money. Letters and money is how he made his money. And I got a little bit, mine was upgrades. I did a lot of upgrades, my wagon upgrades, my other little jewel upgrades. I did trade upgrades. I got all those. And then I got a few of the other things too. But we all had different things to go for. No one was really stepping on each other's toes because there's so many, when you add the big box, all the expansions to it, there are so many other ways now to get gems. There's not just money or trade now and then upgrades. There's you know, coffee now and letters, which does make a difference. And so you're kind of running everywhere, and everyone's got their own scheme. And yes, you're in conflict with other people too as you're going around the board, of course. But I love it that there's way more gems out there that you can get. I think it even speeds up the game too. Doesn't last too long. The games with all the expansions last less than the game with the base expansion because you've only got 3 things to do, and everyone's doing the same things. And each time you pay money or trade, it gets it more expensive, or even upgrade, it gets more expensive. So this way, nothing gets way too expensive by the end of the game, and someone's going to win a lot faster. So I will never play without all the expansions in the Istanbul Big Box. Another one that is a must for me. I will not play Viticulture without Tuscany. And I think everyone agrees with this. Like, Tuscany just livens up the game so much more. I had a friend of mine who played Viticulture with Tuscany and said, yeah, I'm never going back. No, you will never go back once you play Tuscany. Tuscany is way more enjoyable. It's like double the fun. When you're playing just Viticulture, you're having fun. I think I played it once. Viticulture, the base game, I played once. So that was fun. Then I added Tuscany. I was like, okay, now this is a top 10 game. Without Tuscany, it would probably still in my top 100, but it would not be a top 10 game. That's how much I think the expansion adds to it. The next one is Spartacus. I don't know which one, so I added both of them. Serpents of the Wolf and Shadows of Death. Both of these are really expensive to get now. I don't know if they were included in the new reprint. I hope they are because those expansions added things, added more cards, added more. I love, of course, the Shadow of Death, Theocules. I love him. He rarely comes out, but when he does, oh, Theocules, I love him. But also the events of a Primus, where you can have 2 versus 1 or 2 on 2, so more people can join in. We don't always do Primuses in our games, but the option's there, and we have had at least 1 or 2 in a fight going forward. But I don't think I'd play just base Spartacus. I have to play with all the expansions, and I want to play with all the expansions too because I love some of the expansion cards, the expansion people. There's more gladiators, there's more weapons, there's just more choices out there. And the regular Spartacus game you can buy, play, and have fun with. But with the expansions, it does truly expand the game and give you way more options. And then finally, come on, you know I'm going to talk about Twilight Imperium. I will not play TI4 without Prophecy of Kings. Prophecy of Kings basically I got rid of TI3, you know, this past year. And I didn't want to get rid of it. It was my baby. I've always loved it. And when TI4 came out, we played it a few times and then went back to playing TI3 because me and my gaming group loved TI3 better. When Prophecy of Kings came out, I said, oh, I think this is going to kill TI3. And it did. TI3 is no longer in my collection because Prophecy of Kings basically gave you everything you needed for Twilight Imperium. So I will never separate the two. Now, that's not saying that Twilight Imperium can't come out with another expansion. I love that too, because I definitely think there's room to grow in with that game. But Prophecy of Kings, never without Prophecy of Kings. Just not just extra people, but the ships and just everything else that it's brought into the game really enhances it and makes it not only the equal, but superior to TI3. Unpopular opinion, I like TI3 with all my expansions over TI4. But then when Prophecy of Kings came out, no way, right? It definitely beats everything out there, and why it remains my favorite game today. So that's 5 expansions I believe you must play with to enjoy the game. Folks, in the comments below, what are 5 expansions that you will always play with and never, ever, ever play the base game again without them? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.